Hello and welcome back to Boxing Bouts Unleashed. Today I'm starting a new series where I choose a random boxer and pick opponents from 3 weight classes they should face. This series is going to start off with the lightweight phenom Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Gervonta Davis is currently undefeated, having 29 wins, 27 by way of knockout. He has faced opponents such as Jose Pedraza, Yuri Gamboa, and Ryan Garcia. Gervonta Davis is a devastating power puncher and a skilled and slick boxer. He has demonstrated good ring IQ and solid ring generalship, and has good precision punching, which is able to drop most of his opponents. Davis is currently ranked 8th in the ring pound-for-pound rankings, but I feel that he is not deserving of such a position due to his resume lacking in comparison to the rest of the fighters on the list. A way to resolve this conflict is by having him face 2 or more of the fighters mentioned in this video to solidify his status as a true pound-for-pound fighter. So be sure to like, comment and subscribe for another part of this series. So let's get started. Teofimo Lopez is the current ring and WBO super lightweight champion. Teofimo Lopez is the 2-weight lineal champion, having 19 wins, 13 coming by way of knockout and 1 loss. He has faced strong opposition such as Vasily Lomachenko, Josh Taylor, Masayoshi Nakatani, Richard Comey and Sandor Martin. Lopez is coming off a stellar performance over Josh Taylor, where he displayed his elite boxing skill, athleticism, defense, and ring IQ. Teofimo Lopez has an aggressive style which leans on his athleticism to overpower and outwork his opponents. In tandem, he makes use of a low guard where he can throw punches from opponents' blind spots and defend against punches. I feel like a bout at 140 with Gervonta Davis would be beneficial for both of them, as Teofimo will prove his place in the super lightweight division and Gervonta "Tank" Davis can face against a former unified champion and a talented fighter within his prime. Even though Teofimo may be susceptible to the right hand which Tank Davis may be able to exploit, I still feel like Teo would give Davis an issue, as he hasn't faced a fighter who is able to make use of their talents to their full potential. An example of this is Ryan Garcia, who, although being one of the quickest boxers in the division, hasn't really used his talents to their fullest potential. Another advantage Teofimo has over Tank Davis is his experience fighting top champions such as Vasily Lomachenko and Josh Taylor. I can see Tank Davis having good displays through the fight, but I could see Teofimo Lopez coming out with a 12th round unanimous decision victory. So we move on to our next opponent at the super lightweight division is Devin "The Dream" Haney. Devin Haney is the current undisputed lightweight champion, having 30 wins, 15 coming by way of knockout, and having faced opposition such as Vasily Lomachenko, Jorge Linares, Yuri Gamboa, Joseph Diaz, and George Kambosos Jr. Haney is coming off of a competitive fight with Vasily Lomachenko where he edged out a unanimous decision victory. Haney makes use of an outboxer style which he displays a great jab, high ring IQ and solid defense. Devin Haney's style provides a hard counter to most people's styles due to him being a patient fighter and reacting to his opponent's moves, or being able to dictate the pace of a fight. Haney's move to 140 would be beneficial to fix one of the major issues he has, and that is his lack of power. Haney currently struggles to make 135, so moving on to 140 and facing reduced progress would be very beneficial for him. Haney moving to 140 would only show benefits for him, as not only will he not struggle to make weight, he will be able to at least improve his power, making fighters more wary of the body shots he displayed in the Lomachenko bout and in his fighting style overall, which will stop people from rushing in and trying to bombard him in general. A fight with Devin Haney can display Tank's skills at avoiding a prodding jab from Devin Haney, but it can also show how Devin's ring generalship surpasses that of Davis, where he can keep him at the end of the jab and move around the ring, making up for the lack of power to keep Davis away from him. In the end, I see this fight leaning towards Devin's favor, as not only is he at a higher weight class where he becomes more comfortable, he still has physical advantages over Tank that he can actually exploit, such as his reach and height advantage. All I see is Devin Haney cruising to a 12th round unanimous decision. So now we'll move down to lightweight, where you can see a fight with a high-skilled fighter being great for Gervonta Davis' legacy, and that is Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is a former unified junior lightweight champion and a 2-division world champion. Shakur has 20 wins, 10 coming by way of knockout, and having faced strong opposition such as Oscar Valdez, Robson Canseco, Jamel Herring, and Joet Gonzalez. Shakur is coming off a knockout win over Shuichiro Yoshino, where he debuted as a lightweight and showed that he has amazing skills and high intellect, which were able to dismantle Yoshino and finish him off in the 6th round. Stevenson has a style which has annoyed many of his opponents, as he keeps them at the end of his jab while making use of footwork and upper body movement to evade their incoming punches. Stevenson also makes use of good offense which dismantles his opponents while leaving him safe. Although Shakur is very skilled, we have yet to see his durability, as he hasn't been truly tested or faced hard-hitting punches other than Oscar Valdez, who rarely land a shot against him. But one advantage that Shakur has is he has shown good comfortability in the ring, so no matter who he faces, he'll always operate at his best and doesn't seem to stutter at the face of hard opposition. This would be an exciting and interesting matchup, as we will see Shakur facing a strong power puncher in Davis, who also has the skills and punch selection to make up for it, while Davis is facing one of boxing's most evasive and elusive fighters, who rarely gets hits and opponents' power punches seem to never connect. A fight between these two talents would be very interesting, as Shakur would face a strong power puncher in Davis, who is very good with his punch selection and has good ring IQ and boxing skills, while Tank Davis would face one of boxing's most elusive fighters, who rarely gets hit by opponents' power punches, which cripples one of his major advantages. One thing to take note of is both of these boxers have the highest power connect percentage, meaning that a factor that may play a key role is whether Gervonta Davis comes out on top with his pinpoint power punching accuracy, or Shakur solidifying himself as our generation's greatest defensive fighter. I see this fight playing out in Shakur's favor early from rounds 1 to 7, as Tank usually takes time to start up and adapt to his opponent's style. But I feel like this would be too late, as if Tank doesn't start out aggressive, it will lead to Shakur having a wide lead, making it hard for Tank to make it even. So this will lead to Shakur having a 12th round unanimous decision win. But if Tank starts out aggressive and doesn't lead the pocket with Shakur, he can catch him with something big, which would be able to drop Shakur, as his chin hasn't really been tested. So if Tank starts slow, it would be a 12th round unanimous decision victory for Shakur. But if Tank starts out aggressive, he can come out with a 6th to 9th round TKO victory or a 12th round split decision if Shakur is able to manage the power from Tank. Our last opponent, coming from the junior lightweight division, is Emmanuel Navarrete. Emmanuel Navarrete is the current WBO junior lightweight champion and a 3-division world champion. Navarrete having 38 wins, 31 coming by way of knockout and 1 loss. Navarrete has faced strong opponents such as Oscar Valdez, Liam Wilson, Joet Gonzalez, and Isaac Dagbo. Navarrete has an awkward and unfamiliar style, as although having a 72-inch reach, which is the longest in his weight class and lightweight, he chooses to use the Mexican style of boxing, fighting on the inside and making use of immense pressure to stalk his opponents down before pummeling them down with relentless punches. Navarrete has a decent chin, as even though being hit by Valdez's hardest shots, he has shown little to no damage. Navarrete has also shown an endless gas tank, which makes it difficult for his opponents to tire him out, as they end up being the first one to gas out. However, Navarrete has been susceptible to many attacks, as he has a tendency to get hit a lot, which may make him susceptible to Tank Davis's power attacks. But Emmanuel Navarrete has shown to us the grit to survive and being able to stand and bang with hard hitters in his division. Although Navarrete may have an awkward style, he makes the best use of it, as he uses guard pitching abilities to fit in his leaping uppercuts and has good punch selection, which usually is bombards and is too much for his opponents. If this fight were to occur in the junior lightweight division, I see Emmanuel Navarrete starting out quick and fast, which will be hard for Tank to adapt, as he hasn't faced fighters who are willing to come there and stand and bang with them, and facing a fighter with that much reach before. I see Emmanuel Navarrete taking the first 6 rounds of the fight before Tank starts to slowly adapt to Navarrete's style and being able to catch him a few times, but would only start doing real damage in the 9th round. This is where I see Navarrete getting caught by Tank Davis's power shots a bit more often than usual, as he lacks a solid defense, and having an aggressive style would see Gervonta Davis knocking him down a few times during these rounds 9 to 11. So I see Gervonta Davis coming out with an 11th round TKO or a 12th round majority decision due to knocking Navarrete down a few times in the fight. Well, this wraps up today's opponent's wishlist video, so be sure to like, comment and subscribe if I should do this again. So anyways, this has been your boy TJ. I'll see you guys next round.